In the dazzling world of luxury, where image is everything and timing is king, sometimes all it takes is one moment to shift the axis of influence. And that moment just happened at Coachella 2025 Week 2. Lisa Manobin, the global force from Blackpink, stepped onto the Sahara stage and reignited a movement the internet knows well, the jenchella effect. But this wasn't a nostalgic callback to her earlier festival appearance. This was the return, refined, elevated, and explosive. And it came with consequences that rippled far beyond the desert sands of California. From Wall Street to Rodeo Drive, the aftershocks are still being felt. This time, Lisa didn't just dominate headlines, she controlled the narrative. As her performance exploded across social media feeds in real time, millions of eyes weren't just watching her choreography. They were clocking her outfit, dissecting her jewelry, and questioning the brands behind every detail of her look. The whispers of fashion houses turned into loud roars in boardrooms across America. And in the background, quietly but deliberately positioned, was Frederic Arnault, recently appointed CEO of Louis Vuitton watches, witnessing the value of a well-timed cultural moment unfold in real time. Lisa's appearance at Coachella's Week 2 wasn't even a headlining act. And yet, her segment became the most shared, most discussed, and most replayed moment of the weekend. Fans dubbed it the return of liskook, and that phrase wasn't just poetic. It became profitable. Within hours, brand trackers began noticing a sharp rise in engagement for the labels Lisa's associated with. L'Europeana, for example, saw a sudden spike in online searches across the United States. But that wasn't the real shock. The real twist? LVMH stock ticked up again. Investors noticed. Analysts scrambled. Could a single performance really stir financial waters? The answer, if you're looking at Lisa, is yes. Let's back up. Lisa isn't just a performer. She's an economic force wrapped in couture. Every movement on stage is a micro-investment. Every outfit a potential market signal. Coachella 2025 Week 2, she wore a custom piece rumored to be part of a pre-release campaign tied directly to LVMH's watch division. That kind of synergy doesn't happen by accident. As crowds screamed in the desert heat, luxury insiders knew they were witnessing something strategic. What made this weekend feel so pivotal was the setup. Lisa's Coachella appearance was already legendary among fans, but this was calculated. It was clear from her styling, her choreography, and even the pacing of her appearance. Every second felt engineered to dominate timelines and fuel speculation. The jenchella hashtag didn't just trend, it revived. And with it came a renewed wave of attention for brands operating under the LVMH empire. The timing couldn't be better. LVMH, especially in America, has been navigating a competitive landscape where Gen Z and millennial buyers are demanding cultural resonance over legacy. Lisa is that bridge. In the middle of it all stands Frederic Arnault. Not center stage, not in the spotlight, but unmistakably connected. His new role overseeing Louis Vuitton watches coincides with a larger strategy to modernize the luxury watch business, especially in the US, a market hungry for prestige but led by personality. While his name was barely mentioned, make no mistake, his presence was felt. Calculated proximity to Lisa, the whispered collaborations, and the visual cues embedded in her performance all point to a brand narrative in motion. The return of the jenchella effect wasn't just fan-driven. This was brand architecture wrapped in festival glitter, and the market responded accordingly. LVMH stock saw an uptick within hours of Lisa's stage appearance. While financial analysts may point to macroeconomic factors, those embedded in culture know better. This was a cultural signal converted into shareholder confidence. When Lisa performs, investors don't just watch, they act. But the impact wasn't limited to Wall Street. Retailers across America reported increased inquiries about Lisa's looks, and affiliate sales for similar pieces surged. Online fashion platforms saw dramatic spikes in engagement tied to the jenchella keyword, and luxury market watchers noted a rare occurrence: Gen Z consumers voluntarily associating legacy brands with digital native culture. That alignment? Pure gold. The real genius of the jenchella effect is its sustainability. This isn't just a viral flash, it's a cycle. The return proves that Lisa's cultural capital isn't finite, it evolves. Every reappearance adds depth, not redundancy. That's why the effect is stronger in 2025 than it was 2 years ago, and why brands, especially those under LVMH, are quietly anchoring their future growth on Moments like this. The suspense now centers on what happens next. Was this performance a one-off cultural flex, or a signal of a deeper collaboration between Lisa and the luxury watch division? There are whispers of exclusive releases, limited drops, maybe even a co-designed timepiece. Nothing is confirmed, but that's exactly what makes this moment so sticky. The ambiguity fuels engagement, and in digital culture, attention is the new currency. For Frederic Arnault, this is a case study in modern luxury marketing, letting culture lead while the business quietly rides the wave. His fingerprints are subtle but deliberate. 3 appearances in Lisa's orbit this year, strategic product placements, and an uncanny ability to be present without being obvious. It's a lesson in restraint and relevance. And for a CEO navigating legacy and innovation, that balances everything. Lisa's presence at Coachella wasn't just entertainment, it was a mirror reflecting the future of luxury business. One where celebrity isn't just a billboard, but a stakeholder in brand value, where social media buzz translates into tangible shifts in market performance, and where global icons like Lisa don't just wear the brand, they become the brand. As the dust settles in California and fans replay every angle of Lisa's return, one truth is clear. This wasn't just a performance, it was a financial event, a branding masterstroke, cultural movement, and it leaves the entire luxury industry with a question. How do you follow the liskook effect when it returns stronger than before? So if you've been watching from the sidelines, now is the time to lean in. Because the liskook effect is no longer just a moment in pop culture, it's a recurring chapter in the playbook of modern luxury. And Frederic Arnault, whether you see him or not, is turning those pages one strategic move at a time. Because if Coachella taught us anything this year, it's that the return of the liskook effect isn't just a comeback, it's a new standard. And the world? Still watching, as the global icon known for her fierce charisma, Lisa's influence extends beyond her vocal talent. She's become a key cultural player, a bridge between traditional luxury and the evolving digital landscape. Her presence at Coachella 2025 wasn't just a performance. It was a calculated moment where entertainment, fashion, and luxury all collided. And what many may not realize is how these worlds intertwine, turning seemingly organic cultural moments into significant financial signals. Lisa has always been the epitome of style, but in 2025, she's more than a trendsetter. She's a market maker. LVMH's careful positioning of Lisa is paying off. The luxury conglomerate has invested heavily in positioning itself as the bridge to younger tech-savvy consumers. But as Lisa proved at Coachella, the brand itself isn't the end goal. It's about cultural resonance. In the past, brands built trust through legacy. Now that trust is built on digital culture, and few understand this better than Frederic Arnault. With Lisa's name already associated with LVMH's luxury brands like Celine, her influence was only amplified by her presence at the Sahara stage. Lisa's sartorial choices have often sparked waves of search traffic and consumer demand. So, when she appeared in a jaw-dropping outfit, combined with some of LVMH's most exclusive products, it was more than just an aesthetic choice. It was a message. Fashion isn't just about wearing clothes, it's about shifting perceptions, creating movements, and triggering purchasing decisions on a massive scale. Her Coachella Week 2 appearance brought new consumers into the fold, ones who are constantly looking for the next big thing, the intersection between heritage and relevance. This is where Frederic Arnault's strategic vision becomes even more apparent. As the CEO of Louis Vuitton watches, Arnault understands that luxury is no longer simply about exclusivity, it's about accessibility through influence. By quietly aligning with Lisa, he's strategically reinforcing Louis Vuitton's relevance with a new generation of consumers. Every detail of Lisa's performance was a subtle yet powerful advertisement for Louis Vuitton's evolving collection. And it didn't stop there. Every hashtag, every post, every shared clip contributed to a larger narrative of global luxury now deeply embedded in pop culture. Even as LVMH navigates a slightly downbeat quarter, Lisa's presence in the market signals a deeper, more sustainable kind of influence. While reports may show slight dips in sales, especially in the US, the cultural positioning of brands like Louis Vuitton provides a cushion against short-term volatility. In fact, many financial analysts are quick to point out that LVMH's true value lies in its ability to maintain long-term cult. Cultural relevance. That's why Lisa's Coachella performance isn't just important today, it has implications for the brand's future. The luxury market is evolving, and LVMH is positioning itself perfectly for the next phase. The continued rise of digital platforms is changing the game. For Gen Z, luxury is no longer just about owning a rare item, it's about participating in a movement. With the global fascination surrounding K-pop and the increasing influence of global icons like Lisa, luxury brands are learning how to tap into a digital-first world. And while LVMH stock fluctuations may make some investors uneasy, savvy market watchers know that the cultural moment brought on by influencers like Lisa holds greater weight than short-term numbers. What's most important is the consistent, long-term engagement and the way these cultural touchstones drive future sales. The impact of Lisa's performance didn't stop at stock prices, set off a chain reaction that reverberated across other luxury brands. Competitors began adjusting their marketing strategies, understanding that the new luxury consumer isn't one to simply buy, they're one to share, post, and make known their tastes. Luxury isn't just an in-store experience anymore, it's about curating your own presence. And who better to embody that than Lisa? Her performance was a moment in pop culture, sure, but it was also a testament to the future of luxury business. Where once high-end products were kept behind velvet ropes, today's luxury is about access, participation, and connection. The value of a brand is no longer just tied to exclusivity. It's about how well that brand fits into the cultural conversation. Lisa, more than anyone else in the world today, is that conversation starter. Her ability to inspire and influence has fundamentally changed how luxury is consumed and how it will be consumed in the future. As we move forward, it's clear that Lisa's influence is only going to grow. Question is not whether her power will fade, but how far it can reach. Will we see her push even further into new collaborations with luxury brands? Could we witness a full-blown Lisa-designed capsule collection with Louis Vuitton watches? What happens next in this journey could be one of the most transformative shifts in the fashion and luxury industry. But one thing's for certain, when Lisa steps into the spotlight, the world listens. And for Frederic Arnault, that's more than just a business opportunity. It's a chance to rewrite the future of luxury with the power of influence. When you think about it, the impact of Lisa's Coachella performance isn't just felt in the retail space, it's a global cultural shift. It's the blending of celebrity culture, fashion, and financial markets into one seamless narrative that everyone wants to be a part of. What's next for Lisa Blackpink, Frederic Arnault, and the future of luxury brands? Only time will tell. But with the Jenchella effect in full swing, one thing is for sure. What happens next is bound to be even bigger, more influential, and more profitable than we could have imagined. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the intersection of pop culture, luxury brands, and the global impact of figures like Lisa. If you're as intrigued by the future of fashion and business as we are, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on the Jenchella effect. Has it reached its peak, or are we just getting started? The world is still watching, and so are we.